Hi everyone, I am on my first business trip and traveling with cochlear implants can be challenging, stressful, at least for me. I just want to kind of show you a little bit of what kind of goes on is when I'm traveling I have to make sure I pack all these two. I'm wearing two batteries right now, so if you can use, okay. I'm wearing two batteries right now, but there's like 4 extra that I have to charge to get me through the day, and they're all just for my right ear. That is kind of crazy to me. But my left ear lasts for like I think 30 hours, whereas my right ear, each battery goes up to I think up to 4 hours. So I'm constantly planning and trying to figure out what I need, how long I need it, and especially when you're traveling, I have to figure out, okay, time change, how much time do I actually have? So that is something that I take into consideration when I'm traveling. This time I've been doing pretty well. The only time it got challenging was the day that I flew in. I got up like at 2:30 and I waited to put my implants on till the very end, right as I was about to leave the house. And then while I was flying, especially if you're doing early morning flight, most people aren't going to want to talk or do anything, so I just took my ears off pretty much the whole flight to give myself at least 2 hours of battery life that has not been used. So that's kind of what I do. Just kind of have to do a little bit of math here and there to figure out what is working, what is not. And then some cases you might have to buy an extra battery just in case. But luckily this time I didn't have to, especially when each battery is about $200 a piece. I just pack it on my carry-on. I never put it on my checked luggage. Any of my equipment for my cochlear implants, I never put it on my checked luggage. Just for, in case something were to happen, I have it with me. I know it's there, it's not as stressful for me. So that's kind of a little bit of what I do with traveling with cochlear implants. Oh, the airport. If you see a metal detector and you are recommended to not go through them, you could totally go up to one of the TSA agents and just explain that you have cochlear implants. They know what to do. They are super helpful. All the ones that I've been to are just really nice and helpful with it. They do have these new detectors that you like stand in the center and it like scans you. I've never had a problem with those. Yeah, those seem to work just fine. When traveling and you are kind of not in your normal routine and element, something I found really helpful for me is education. If you're working with a group of coworkers that are wanting to go and do a late night thing, you realize that you don't have enough battery life to last for that event, something that I've done 2 things. One is I try to find an outlet during the day and start charging my batteries earlier, just to give me at least 1 extra battery. The other thing I do is I can also say, hey, that sounds great, but I really need to charge my batteries, so I need to be back in my room at this time. Someone can drop me off, whatever. Just to really explain why you're doing it has been really helpful for me and less stressful. Because I feel like I don't want to like intrude on anybody, but it's also something I need and something I have to do. Is I am limited on how much I can hear in a day, and so to be able to educate those that I'm working with has been really helpful to me. So that's one thing I recommend, is never turn down an opportunity to educate and to let others know what it is that you're doing and why you're doing it. And so far everything's been working really well. Even last night it was getting pretty late and I knew that I only had 2 hours left of hearing, and so and I wasn't able to charge my batteries earlier that day because I didn't know what we were doing that night. And so I just let them know, hey, I need to be back in my apartment within the next hour so I can start charging batteries. I only have 2 hours of hearing left. So that really helps, just to kind of be willing to say that, willing to go out there and just let people know, because they really don't know everything about you. They don't know that you have this lifestyle that you have to live by. So that's just really helpful. So never turn down an opportunity to educate and to let people know what it is you do. That is my biggest tip, is education. Let people know. That is kind of what I do for traveling with cochlear implants. If you have any other questions, feel free to comment below, and I will talk about them in my next episode. Thanks, bye!